Welcome back, Coyotes. I loved seeing your warm and cool color day and night sky last week. It was there were some beautiful creations that y'all came up with. This week, we're going to continue with our certain types of colors on the color wheel, and it is also fall. So I wanted to do something called 5 fall leaves. If you see here, what do you notice about these leaves? Well, they're warm colors, and we were learning about warm and cool colors. This week, we're going to talk about just warm colors. If you notice, leaves are warm colors in the fall when they start changing colors. We notice orange, yellow, and red, and those are the 3 warm colors of the color wheel. Well, this week, we're going to be drawing our own 5 fall leaves. I'm going to show you my example and then I'm going to walk you through. Now, you may have seen, or you should have seen, the video about crayons, and crayons are made out of wax. And when we mix wax with something wet like a marker, the wax pushes the marker out of the way. It's called a wax resist. So I'm going to show you how to do a wax resist using your markers and your crayons. So let me show you how we're going to do it. If you noticed, I have crown peeking through and I colored it in with marker. I'm going to show you how to do that. First, we're going to need to make our paper into a square. It's an easy trick. You take your paper, you take the top corner, fold it down, and kind of like a triangle. So you'll have a triangle piece of paper, but you'll have this extra piece right here. So you're going to need your scissors, and we're going to need to trim off that extra piece. This is also used in origami to make your paper a square, because sometimes in origami you need, or always in our origami, you need a square piece of paper. So we're just going to get rid of this little piece. And then when you open it up, you have a nice square piece of paper. So I have attached onto the assignment this chart that I'm going to show you. I want you to pick 5 leaves from this chart to draw, and it shows you how to draw them. So I'm going to pick 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kinds that you can choose. You can do the same ones. You can do 5 different ones. You can do 2 and 2. It's however you want. But as long as you put 5 on your paper. So I'm going to pick maybe this maple leaf, an oak leaf, a walnut leaf, and maybe a willow leaf. Those are really some pretty trees that have really beautiful leaves in the fall. Now, you'll notice that it's in black and white, but on your paper, on your assignment, I have the chart for you below my video. So what you're going to need is your warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, out of your crayon box. Now, if you have a big 24 count of crayons, you can have more than 3. I have a whole bunch of warm colors because I had a big box of crayons. If you have a big box of crayons, you can use peach, red, orange, you can use the dandelion color. Any of these colors that you see in your crayon box, you can use, because why? They're warm colors, right? So if you just have red, yellow, and orange, that's okay. So, but I have more, so I'm going to use more. If you don't, just use red, yellow, and orange. So what we do is we're going to draw 5 of our leaves. And remember, we have our chart. So you can watch the video of me, and then you can go look at the chart to see how to draw the leaves. So I'm going to start with this maple leaf right here. Let me come in there. And it's really easy. It tells you step by step. Step 1, draw the line. Step 2, draw the other side. Step 3, fill it in. So I picked a maple leaf. I'm going to use this dandelion orange color and draw the maple leaf. So first, you start with a line, and what you're going to need to do with your crayons is press real hard on your paper so that line gets a lot of wax, which is what your crown is made out of. Then we're going to do my little lines around to make my leaf. And it's okay if it's not perfect because all leaves look different. No two leaves are the same. And then I'm going to add my little lines inside the leaves and see if you see that I'm pressing really hard with my crayon so that wax gets on the paper. And you can trace over it again. But remember, I want you to take your time. I don't want you to rush through an assignment really fast. You have a whole week to do it. So if you don't finish during art class, you can go home and finish it. Or if you're at home, you can take your time. You can work on it a little bit every day and then turn it in. But as long as you turn it in, because you need to get a grade. So I have taken my leaf. Remember, we're going to draw 5. So that's one. I'm going to draw another one really fast. I'm going to draw that little walnut leaf. And this is really, might be hard to see. We're good. All right, and we're going to draw the walnut leaf. And, give it a second layer. I'm just going to show you 3 different leaves so you can see how the wax resists when you color with a marker. So we'll do 1, 2, and let's make a red one. Let's do a poplar leaf. So a curved line and kind of like an upside down heart. It's really cool how we see patterns in nature. I really like hearts. This one's like a heart leaf. So you need to have 5. So be sure that you draw your 5 leaves. I have 3, so I need 2 more. Let's do a red orange. So this one is, if you look, it says red orange on it. I'm going to draw a maple. I'm going to draw an oak leaf. 1 curled line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kind of start at the bottom and loop around. There. And then we'll just do a real simple there we go. So remember, push really hard with that wax crayon so when you use the marker over the top, it resists. So now in my middle paper, I'm going to use red. You don't want to use the same color that you drew it with because it won't show up. So you have 3 colors, red, orange, and yellow, to use to color them in. If it's red, I shouldn't probably color it in red. I should color it in yellow or orange. If I drew it in yellow, I shouldn't probably color it in yellow. I should probably color it in red or orange too. So let's take a look. I'm going to zoom in real close so you can see how the wax resists. Let's see if we can get it to focus. All right, now take a look. Watch how the marker just kind of goes off the paper. Isn't that neat? You can see that it moves away from the crayon. So this is what is wax resist, is it's not staying on the crown, it's rolling off. It's really a cool technique to do if you want some extra pop in your art. And see how it's rolling off all these little tiny bits. And you know how I color, slow and steady. But still, it still doesn't go on the yellow crayon, which is pretty cool. I'm going over here. You can see that it's resisting. It's not going on the crayon where I've colored with crayon. Looks really pretty. That looks awesome. So I'm not going to go ahead and color the whole thing because you don't want to watch me color because you need to get started on yours. So what I've done is I've finished my paper and I've colored all of my leaves in. And when you're totally finished coloring your leaves with marker, I want you to use one of your warm colors to color in the background. A background is all the parts that's around your picture. So if you see it on my finished piece, I have colored in my background kind of like orange and yellow. So I took an orange crayon, colored in the background, and then I kind of put a little bit of yellow to give it a warm feeling. I also took a gray crayon, or you could do a blue crayon, and I kind of made some little like wind wisps, like the leaves are blowing in the wind. And if you want to, you can add those on. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But remember, you need 5 leaves from that chart. Use crayons, warm colors to draw them, and then you use your warm colors of your markers to color them in so you can see the wax resist technique. And be sure that you color your full page in, and then you take a picture and send it to Schoology. I cannot wait to see your 5 fall leaves. I'm really excited because it's fall. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and I hope you like this project. It's a lot of fun. Wax resist is really cool. So I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.